welcome to Carpe Diem's RV Style Kitchen. I'm going to bring to you a quick and easy recipe that's not only fast, but it's very delicious. This recipe is my famous chili recipe. It's quick and easy. It's also a freezable recipe. So that means that you can make as much as you want and you can freeze as much as you want. And when you pull it out of the freezer for next time, it's going to taste just like you made it that very same day. Now the ingredients, I will list them right below the description of this video so that way you have them. This is just ingredients that I pulled off of everything. You do not have to follow the exact ingredients. You can add more, you can add less, whichever you want to do. If you want more in your chili, add more. If you want less in your chili, add less. So let's get started. Let me turn the stove on so we can get going with cooking the meat. That's the first thing that we're going to do. I did put in the pan some vegetable oil, a tablespoon. I'm going to be using, as far as my meat base, sirloin, chopped sirloin with beef mixed together. So it's going to really give it some oomph to the chili. So let me get around to the stove there and let's get cooking. Let's see how we're doing on the, turn it just a little bit. You can preheat your pan too if you want with the oil in there. Just don't let it get to a smoking state. And then once you feel that it's hot enough for you, then you can add your meat and start cooking. I love this little device. This is like the best little thing ever to help chop the meat up and to get it cooking really fast. So let me get started on cooking the meat here. Once I get it midway through, I'll come back and we'll continue on with our ingredients. So hang tight. Alrighty, so I just want to show you how fast this meat is cooking up. I have the stove set about between the number 6 and the number 8, so I guess we'd say the number 7 setting. Just because I want to get the meat cooked quickly, because the end result is the longer that if you can cook your chili, the better the flavored ingredients are going to really come out and really make the chili. So see how fast it's already cooked up? Look at that. So I'm just making sure that I get it all cooked thoroughly through. I don't want no red, because red is not good for you. Red sirloin meat or hamburger meat, anything like that, that is not good. So always cook your meat all the way through. Don't burn it, of course. Now this meat has got some extra juice in here that we're not going to need, because we're going to add other liquids. So once this is thoroughly cooked all the way, the meat here, the sirloin meat, sirloin hamburger beef, sirloin beef, whichever you want to call it, I'm going to drain the meat thoroughly, and then we will come back once I drain the meat to continue on with making the chili. So now that I have the sirloin beef here all well cooked and drained, see, you hear it sizzling? I drained all that extra juice off of there and returned it back to the pot here. So now we're going to add the rest of the ingredients. In case I didn't mention, this is a pound of ground sirloin beef, a pound. But again, like I said, you can add more or less, whichever size, how much you want to feed your family. So let me just get that all. See, I love that sizzling sound, and oh my gosh, the kitchen smells so good already, and I haven't even added the rest of the ingredients. Like I said, I'm going to post the list of ingredients below in the description box so everyone can have it. And I hope you will try this recipe. And if you do, send me a video and let me know how you liked my chili recipe. So let's add the rest of the ingredients. I have onions, green peppers, roasted tomatoes. Yummy, yummy. It's right there. Roasted tomatoes. Chili beans, red beans, beef broth, salt, pepper, garlic powder, chili powder, CUMIN powder, and I think that's all the ingredients I have. Yeah, that I have. So now it's just a matter of putting it all together and putting it in here. So let's go with it. I'm going to go ahead and start adding my garlic powder. You can add as much as you want, as little as you want. Doesn't matter. Let me turn this down just a little bit. There we go. You can also add roasted garlic. You can add roasted garlic and gunion powder. Okay. Roasted garlic along with garlic powder. You can add chopped garlic, but be careful when you add the chopped garlic because you don't want it to overheat it. You want to pretty much add it after you get your beef all cooked because you don't want it to end up tasting bitter. So I'm just going to add, I'm eyeballing everything because again, like I said, I've made this recipe so many times and Manny just loves it, loves it, loves it. He's always telling me, make sure you add plenty of garlic. That man loves his garlic. I like garlic too, but wow, does he like his garlic. So let's get going with that. Now I'm going to add each, just in little increments, a little bit of beef broth. Just a little bit, get it started. Because again, I just added the garlic powder, so I don't want it to become bitter. So with the beef broth, that'll help melt the garlic powder in here, and it shouldn't. I've never had it happen to me yet, but you know, you never know. There's always a first. To get my garlic powder, I guess you call it melted or blended into the meat. So that's going in there now. Now I'm going to add, again, I'm just eyeballing everything. If you want exact measurements, everything would be equivalent to a teaspoon, 1 to 2 teaspoons. The ground cumin, let me show you. This I eyeball it, but again, it could equal out to about a teaspoon. This is what really gives my chili the biggest oomph there is to the chili. It really enhances all the flavors to where when you taste the chili, you're like, what is that ingredient? It really tastes good. I wish we were able to get Smell-O-Vision subscription because wow, I wish you all could smell this so far. And I haven't even added the rest of the ingredients yet. Wow. Oh my gosh, that smells so good. So I'm going to go ahead and pre-add. I always do this too, just again to start getting the flavor into the meat. You don't have to do it like this. You can do it after you get all your ingredients in because either way, this is going to slow cook. So the longer I cook it, the more the flavor, the ingredients are going to come out in with the chili. So I'm going to add some chili powder. Not a lot for right now, just a little bit. So I should take that and let's go this way with it. I gotta get some more too. I'm running low. So we'll start right about right there. probably make this recipe also. If you don't like beef and you prefer chicken, make it with chicken. So you have chili chicken. I've made that recipe a couple times and wow, it was really good. Really, really good. In fact, there wasn't any left over to freeze. So, the chili chicken, beef chicken, hamburger meat, chicken, chili, chicken. Oh my gosh. See, I'm so into my cooking right now, I'm losing my train of thought what I'm saying. You're probably going, beef chicken? What? Again, this is a very simple, quick, and easy recipe. Anybody can make it. You can have your little ones help you in the kitchen make it too. Really, really fast, quick, and easy. So now that I got some of those in there, oh, I gotta add just a little pinch of salt. You don't want to add a lot of salt, just a little bit. What I do also is each time I add an ingredient, I give the meat with the ingredients a really good stir to kind of help get everything blended in. Oh, this is really good. So how's everyone's day going today? I do have some recipes coming out once I get the editing done. Some Ninja Foodie recipes. Manny was so wonderful in surprising me for my birthday just this past August with a Ninja Foodie. And let me tell you, so far, the recipes that I have used in that have been absolutely fabulous. So I will be, you know, once I get the editing done with those, I'll be bringing those videos forward. So I put that right there. So now I'm going to add some onion. This is about equivalent to about a cup onion, or you can cut up a whole small onion depending on your onion preference that you would like to have. Again, you don't like a lot of onion, don't use a lot of onion. If you like more onion, add more onion. So let's get that mixed in there. And what I do with my onions, this is really great. In the freezer section of your grocery stores, they've got these really cute bags of onions. Again, it's in the freezer section at your grocery stores. The onions are already pre-chopped. So if you don't like chopping onions in the kitchen and having to cry every time, get the bag. Get the frozen bag. Works for me. Same thing with green peppers. You can either pre-chop your green peppers and freeze them. Use a good sturdy green pepper bag. Use a sturdy freezer bag, Ziploc freezer bag, and freeze a bunch of chopped green peppers. Makes it quick and easy. So now we got the onions in. Again, like I said, the onions, everything is going to cook eventually because I'm going to be slow cooking this. So the onions are going to be cooked. They're not going to taste hard. They're not going to taste bitter. They're going to taste cooked. Really, really good. Let me put this over here. So I have my green peppers, but I'm going to add those kind of last because I don't want to overtake everything. So I'm going to add just a little bit more beef broth. And it's about 1 can, full can, that's there of beef broth. Again, I will be putting the ingredient listings in the description box just below this video. Okay? So if you're a really, 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 really good cook, I'm sure you can just eyeball your ingredients and just add to your flavor likings paste, you know, for what your family likes in your ingredients. Doesn't matter. As long as it comes out chili, I think that's all that matters. All right, so now I'm going to add the roasted tomatoes. so let me do this. Let me get this bulky spoon out of the way. I thought I was going to need it, but I don't. Now, this is a can of roasted tomatoes, okay? So you do not have to drain. Do not drain the can. In they go. So I'll put that like that. This in the sink. And Manny had me try these roasted tomatoes, and I got to tell you, I really love using roasted tomatoes. The flavor that comes out of those is like, wow, really, really good, really good. I just can't get over it. So as far as I'm concerned, my cookings, future and all my cookings that I have been doing, I use the roasted tomatoes. They are just, it just really gives especially my chili. Wow, does it give it some more oomph? So it really does. So I hope everyone is having a great day today, and you're cooking some family recipes for your family. And we appreciate each and every one of you coming in and visiting us to our channel, Carpe Diem RV Style. So let's get this like this. All right, so now I'm gonna add the beans. Now what I did was I opened up, you know, all the beans and I put them in one big old thing here. Makes it a little bit easier. Less of a mess. In they go. Now the beans, the red beans that I have here, you might want to, man, I can't talk and walk at the same time. The can of red beans that I use, I do drain them just enough to where they're not completely drained, but just enough, because I don't need all that extra juice from that, because I'm already going to have the juice from the roasted tomatoes here, the beef broth. And we are going to add just a little smidgen of water, just a little bit. So we like our chili somewhat on the thick side, but enough to where it doesn't look soupy. Does that make sense? So now, okay, I'm gonna add some more of the dry ingredients. Gonna add some more garlic powder. Woo! Look at that, look at that. A little pinch more of the ground cumin, just a little bit. And some more of the chili powder. And a little bit more of the beef broth. Now, the beef broth, depending on your family size and how much chili you make, you may or may not add the whole can of beef broth. I mean, if you do and you have a large family, you're cooking a big batch of chili, well then that's fine. Again, just, you know, use your judgment on how how much of chili, a batch of chili you're going to make for your family. If you want a lot of it, then like I said, you double the recipe, double the ingredients, or triple the ingredients. If you don't want to add and use all the big ingredients that I've put in here, then you can use half. But the way this looks, I might have a little bit of chili left over to freeze for next time, but then I'm not really sure, because let me tell you, Manny and I, we love our chili. Okay, so I'm hoping that you're able to see how it's kind of thick. Doesn't that look yummy? Oh my goodness. Look at that. Wow. All right, the next thing I'm gonna add are the green peppers. It's equal to about a cup of green peppers. Again, these, I found this in the freezer section at the grocery store. They were already chopped and frozen, so all you had to do was buy it, tear the bag open, and voila. And in they go. So let's get a good mix on that. Let me know what you think about this video. If you want to see more cooking videos, let me know. As I said, I do have some recipes coming out with that, my new toy, the Ninja Foodie. Once I get the editing done with that, and fingers crossed that the batteries didn't die, or my film card was too full. Never know. Anyways, so there's that. So now I'm going to add a little bit more of the beef broth. And again, I'm just eyeballing this for thickness and consistency of the thickness. So let's see where we're at. And that looks just about where, maybe just a little bit more. Right about there. Yeah, that's usually about how much I have left over in beef broth. That I'll just refrigerate it, and I'll be using that in another recipe in a couple days. But this is right about where I want the thickness of my chili. So now comes, I gotta taste it to see if I need to add more ingredients. And when I say ingredients, I'm referring to my dry powders. Let me get this off the spoon, because I want the chili to have every single little yumminess. So let me do a taste here. Let's see. Just to be nice, I won't double dip. So let's get another one. Get a little bit more. Guess I should go this way. Come on. Always taste your food as you go, because you never know. You may have to add a little bit more. Don't just put everything all together, serve it on a plate, and then you realize, oh, I should have added more of this or more of that. Always taste as you go. And try not to burn your mouth either. Oh wow, that is so good. Definitely gonna need a little bit more chili powder. So we'll put just a little bit more in. That should do it right about there. Again, like I said, taste as you go. Taste as you go. I know some experienced cooks out there, they add just the right amount each and every time. Sometimes I always say, how do they do that? Knowing that it tastes perfect each time. But I guess that goes with years of experience. But me, I always taste as I go. I always taste as I go. And even though the next day, these flavors are really gonna marry overnight. They're gonna really come together overnight. So those flavors are really gonna come out even more. Get all that yumminess off the spoon. So let me get one more spoon to taste. And I do believe we're going to be just right about there as far as the taste. Let's see there. Again, don't burn your mouth. Oh wow, it's there. It's there. Oh my goodness. You know, I haven't thought about making this recipe in my Ninja Foodie because I was really scared I was going to have a chili fail here. So that's why I'm doing it on top of the stove the old-fashioned way. But I am sure that there is a recipe out there for either Instant Pot recipes and or Ninja Foodie recipes. So there is that. Let me get the lid on it. There we go. And I'm going to turn this down to number 2 to let it actually between 2 and the low button. So probably it'd be setting like 1.5, and it's just gonna slow cook until all those flavors, until when the house really smells good with chili, then that's when I know the chili's gonna be done. I'm gonna check on this periodically. I'm gonna stir it periodically because I don't want nothing's gonna stick, but and nothing's gonna burn in here either. But you want to stir it to keep those flavors moving through your chili there. I'm going to be making some rice in a little bit here, so I'll show a video on that. So let me get cleaned up over here with all my ingredients and my little stuff over here on the counter, and I will come back and show you how I make the rice with this. So let's get this rice going. Manny always has rice with his chili. I usually have it every now and then, but I don't eat it all the time with my chili. I'm going to do a variation today for me, and that's just going to be a nice bowl of chili with some shredded cheese on it and some crackers. But Manny, whenever he has his chili, he always has white rice with this. It's 3 basic ingredients I'm going to use to make this rice. It's jasmine rice, water, and olive oil. That's all you need. So we're going to use 6 cups of water. That's 6 cups of water, 3 cups of jasmine rice, and 2 tablespoons of olive oil. The spoon that I use is always my favorite, little cooking spoon, kind of like that size. It's like a soup spoon, measures out to about 2 tablespoons. So let's get this rice going. Let me turn the stove on. I'm going to put my stove to medium high, which is on the number 9 on my stove. If you have an electric stove, which I don't like electric stoves, but you got to do what you got to do and work with what you got. So mine is on number 9, and I'm going to just add everything all in here, bring it to a boil, let it boil for about a half a minute. Then I'm going to put the lid on it and turn it all the way down to number 1 and let it just cook on its own. So here we go with the ingredients. Let's put the water in. Ooh, that's heating up fast. So there's 1. And here's the second batch of water. This is 6 cups of water. There we go. Put these to the side. Now some recipes say, you know, bring your water to a boil first and then add your rice and all of that. Well, I've learned it a different way. My grandmama taught me that, you know what, just put it all in the pan together, bring it to a boil. It's all going to cook the same. So that's what I'm doing. Oh, I did forget. We're going to add some salt for the rice. Totally forgot. And my salt, just gauge it, how much you want to put in there. You want to give it some flavor. There we go. You can eyeball your salt. You don't have to add salt, but I do because, again, it also, in addition with the olive oil I'm going to put in here now, it enhances the jasmine rice flavor. So my olive oil, I'll show you what I'm going to use. There you go. Classic olive oil. This stuff is so good. So let me just add it in here. I love cooking with olive oil. Oh my gosh, I love cooking with olive oil. So put that like that. Give it a soft little stir just to mix your salt and your water. And can't really mix your olive oil, but you can stir it, and you know, just to stir it, I guess. So I'm gonna put my spoon right there for a second. Again, like I said, with the olive oil, with the rice, with the olive oil, oh boy, with the rice, you don't have to use rice with your recipe, but if you do, this is my recipe for how I make my jasmine rice. And if you've never tried rice with chili, I do hope you do try it, because it is really good. You can throw cheese on top of that too. It's really, really good, really good. So let me get the rice. Again, it's 6 cups of water, 3 cups of jasmine rice, salt to taste. Use your judgment, use your, gauge how much you want to put salt in. If you want to put salt in, 2 tablespoons of olive oil. So let me move my poon out of the way, and let's add the rice. Give that a soft, gentle stir. Alrighty, there you go. You see, didn't take long for it to start boiling. I'm going to give it just a soft little stir. Again, you don't have to. Once you put all your ingredients in there, and you just do a quick stir once you add your rice the very first time to your water, and then you can just leave it alone. But I just like to give it just a soft little stir, just a soft little one. Make sure that nothing is clumping up, which it's not. Just want to make sure the olive oil starts to get in there, which it is. All right, let me get the lid. On she goes. Now I put my lid on and I give it a little bit of ventilation, because I don't want to have my rice bubble over and then I have a huge mess on my stove. I don't want that. So now that that's come to a boil, let's make sure there. Yep, it's a boiling. Yeah, it's boiling. All right, now I'm gonna turn my stove down to a number 1. So if you have an electric stove, it's between your low button, then there's a dot, then there's a number 2, so it's a number 1. This is gonna simmer and cook for about 15, give or take 15, 20 minutes. Just eyeball it. Don't forget that you will have it on your stove, because you don't want your rice to burn. So once this is all done, I will plate up some delicious chili to show you with the lovely shredded cheese on top, and we'll see you soon. I'll also show you, I'll also show you what the rice looks like when it's all done cooking, and I fluff it up with the fork, so you can see that before I get the plating done. So what I did was I switched sides here. The rice is still cooking, and I want to show you how the chili is looking so far. So let me get my pot holder. So look at this. Oh my goodness. My house smells so good. Look at this. And the chili thickened up too, even more, which is exactly what I wanted. Look at that. Oh my gosh. The onions are cooked all the way through. The green peppers are cooked all the way through. The beans are cooked all the way through. So I'm just cooking it just a little bit more, simmer cooking it a little bit more while the rice finishes cooking. And then I'm gonna serve up a nice bowl of chili for me to show you all the beautiful chili. Look at that. And my house smells so delicious. I'm telling you, we need to get that, fire up our TV people and tell them that we want smell-o-vision. They need to invent smell-o-vision for viewers to see this and smell this. It smells so great. So dinner's almost ready. So now I'm going to show you. My rice cooked for exactly 17 minutes on the low setting. Jasmine rice. All the water is drained out, and I'm going to show you, this is how I fluff my rice. The directions say use a fork. I use a knife. So let me show you. And how you know that the water is completely drained out of your rice and your rice is cooked, when you're able to put your knife in all the way to the bottom of your pan, and you can feel the rice on the bottom, kind of like, it might feel like sand pebbles. I guess that's the way to describe it. You know your rice is done. Let me show, look at this. You see what I mean? Nothing is sticking. Look how fluffy my rice is. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Beautiful. Beautiful. So let's get ready to plate this up, but I'm not going to have any rice. This rice is going to be for Manny when he gets home, so hopefully I can try to film him plating up his rice with chili. No guarantees on that. But let me show you how I'm going to serve me up some chili. So my homemade chili is all done, cooked. Everything is well cooked all the way through. The onions, the green peppers, the beans, all the flavors blended. The house smells divine. The jasmine rice is cooked and fluffed. And I'm going to bowl me up a little bowl of chili with some shredded cheese. Let me show you the kind of cheese that we use on our chili. Can y'all see that okay? That's what we use. Best cheese ever. So let me get my bowl. Got my bag of cheese opened. Let me get a soup ladle thingy. Put that right there. All right, here we go. Always make sure your cooking knobs are turned off also. You know, never leave it, you know, walk away from your stove thinking that you turned them off. Double check yourself. We don't want your house to burn down or your RV to burn down. Nothing like that. Look at this. Look, 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 look. Are y'all hungry? So let me plate me up some beautiful chili. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm telling you, this is going to be, you try this recipe, you are going to love it. It freezes beautifully. Give it a little stir there. Put that, whoops. Let's put this over here. Sometimes my kitchen just isn't big enough. So let me get some cheese. Let me make sure that, hang on a second. I don't have enough arms. Okay, so that's warm, but you know what? I'm gonna do something here. Let's do this. I'm gonna move my chili over because I want you to see me putting the cheese on top of my chili. Yes, I'm touching my stove because I want to make sure I don't have no hot spots because I don't want a bag of melted cheese. So I'm going to hold my bowl here. You all see that? And there you have it. Kathy's homemade chili. I hope you try this recipe. Let me know if you did and how you liked it. Again, this recipe is a freezable recipe, so you can freeze up a batch and eat it for later on. And you can serve it with rice, without rice. You can serve this over nachos with lots of cheese on it. Pour that chili right on top of those nachos and have a nice feast for football night. Any sport night, really. And I want to thank you all for coming along in my kitchen today while I cooked up a nice big beautiful batch of homemade chili, jasmine rice, or without the rice, a bowl of chili with shredded cheese. So I want to thank you once again for watching me make another nice recipe for you all. If you like this video, please make sure you like, subscribe, share my video out, my cooking videos out. Let me know what you think if you try this recipe. If you want to see more recipes, let me know down in the comments below.
Oh, sola mia, la 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 la.
See, I told you all, when Manny eats his chili, he's got to have that rice. I told you, that's why I make a big batch of jasmine rice with his chili.